Peace, infinite waters, diving deep once again. Wonderful deep divers, you are amazing. I hope your day is going good. But are you lonely right now in your life? Are you somewhere eating popcorn? No one's around you, not even the cat down the road, and you feel so lonely? Like when you contemplate on your life, you're like, I'm such a loner. Do you ever say that, deep divers? I'm going to share with you how to get over your loneliness. This video is for every single loner out there. Every person who's ever felt lonely in their life. Let's just, breathing in that good ass prana, baby. So every single day I get thousands, literally, of messages. And recently, I've been getting a lot of messages, deep divers, about loneliness. A lot of people going through loneliness. They feel alone, lonely, depressed. And I'm going to share with you what's helped me along my journey, because there was a stage when I felt really lonely. And then I turned on the radio, and what was playing? John Lennon, Lonely People. All the lonely people, where do they all come from? And I'm like, that's not helping, John. We ain't even had breakfast yet. Can I get a hello? Okay, deep divers, let's dive straight into it. You see, in our society, we have social media, but a lot of us aren't social. Slow motion this side. We have Facebook, but a lot of us don't know any real people in real life. All our friends are virtual, but we virtually know them. So there is a huge epidemic of loneliness. It's running rampant in our society because a lot of people aren't really connecting with each other. Now, I've gone through it. There was a time in my life when I was really lonely. And what I found out, deep divers, is that when you are lonely, it's because you have this desire to escape from yourself. You see, there's a huge difference, deep divers, between loneliness and being alone. Loneliness is isolation from the whole. And the truth is oneness. So you can imagine, if you're trying to get away from that truth, you're going to feel really lonely. Being alone is reintegration, reconnection with the oneness. Slow motion this side. I absolutely love being alone. I get a kick out of it because I can actually be myself, okay? And that's the whole goal here. You have to convert your loneliness into actually liking being alone, okay? And how you do it is to realize this. All of us will be lonely when we aren't really happy with ourselves, when we don't really love ourselves, when we don't really accept ourselves. The irony of it is that the more you try to fit into a crowd not meant for you, you will feel lonely. I know a lot of people who have a lot of people around them all the time, and they're so lonely. Lonely. Yeah, they're so lonely. Sometimes I'm just in the park by myself, alone, and I'm so at peace. I'm like, thank goodness I've gotten away from those humans, because I'm an alien, right? I love being alone. I can meditate, okay? So realize that to really overcome this loneliness, it's time to wake up, smell the coffee. You don't drink coffee? 7-day vegan challenge. Smell the bananas, smell the dates, smell the oranges, and really start to embrace yourself. Your loneliness comes because you don't embrace yourself. You've been trying to fit into a society not meant for you. And I've realized if you go throughout history and you look at all the spiritual masters, they're always alone, but they're never lonely. because they have mastered themselves. So what really freed me along my journey to get over loneliness was to really come into my own uniqueness. Like, I had to learn how to be alone, and I'm so happy being alone. Your loneliness emanates from the fear of being alone. That's why a lot of people turn to drugs, alcohol, because they can't stand themselves. In other words, the human being is on the run from itself. I'm asking you today to really learn how to sit with these emotions, because your loneliness is part of a process which leads to you being alone. So you have to go through the loneliness to learn how to be alone, to really free yourself. I'm a pioneer. I create trends, right? And that's only because there was a time in my life when I was really alone. No one was around me. I couldn't relate to anyone. Then I realized, okay, I got to learn how to sit with these emotions. It's not a bad thing that you feel lonely. You just have to learn how to sit with it, embrace your flaws, all of those aspects of yourself you don't like, learn how to love them, and then you'll feel alone. You're going to feel alone, and then you have to love that feeling of being alone. And that's how you get over your loneliness, okay? Learn how to use this as time to know thyself. You see, a lot of us, as soon as we wake up, we're on the phone. We're checking our emails. Oh, this person, that person. No, that's a distraction. You see, what's freed me along my journey is to realize that we have everything we need inside of ourselves. Slow motion this side. I know a lot of people who are always on their phones, but they are more lonely than ever. So learn how to go into the wilderness. That's what I had to do to start Infinite Waters. You see, you can't really get creative until you leave the crowd. You can't really become your greatest version until you go into the wilderness alone. Now you really start to know thyself. Deep divers, I've also realized this, that we are never alone. The universe always sends someone. You see, that's why people who are alone and happy, they realize they're never, ever alone. You can never be alone in the universe because everything is interconnected. So people, when you see them alone, they're actually smiling because they've got like trillions of cells inside of their body working hard and diligently to keep them alive. So they're like, thank you, ladies and guys, right? Everything in nature works in a symbiotic relationship with everything else. Loneliness is an illusion created from your ego because the ego loves separation. What? Slow motion this side. Say it again, Ralph. Loneliness is an illusion born out of the ego. And the ego loves separation. So learn how to lose your ego. The I, that's what makes you lonely. Start to embrace the collective. I know I'm never alone. I know that the universe is always sending amazing people into my life every single day because I connect with beautiful people every single day. But I had to come into who I was for that to happen. And now you become a pioneer. You see, the more time you spend alone and you embrace it, whether it's meditating, whether deep divers is going for a walk along the beach, whether it's skating, exercising, going to the gym, alone, working out, you were born alone and you are going to leave this dimension alone. However, we were created from two people making love, watching my videos. Okay, so we are not separate from the whole. Everything is interconnected. But when you do find yourself in a lonely situation, no one's around you, and you're like, friends, where did you go? And it's very uncomfortable, isn't it? realize that this is a great opportunity for you to hear that small, still voice saying, I'm your friend. I'm your friend, right? That's a chance for you to hear that small, still voice and really have the courage to leave the crowd so you can actually hear yourself, know what you want. You see, for me, there are so many benefits in being alone because once again, we are never alone anyway. Okay, but when you are by yourself, it's time when you can work on yourself. The best work is self-work. And you can't work on yourself if you are constantly in a crowd of people. If you are constantly being distracted from your true purpose. The reason why I'm inspiring millions of people and Infinite Waters is so huge was because I was alone a lot. I was lonely first and realized it was because I was afraid of being alone. Then I became alone. I loved it. Then I had all of these great ideas, and one of them was just to say, feels so good to be alive, baby. Can I get a hello there? Beautiful deep divers. You are amazing. We are never alone. The universe always sends someone. Reach out to people if you feel lonely. Also, learn how to accept who you truly are. You like this shirt? I love it. Check out the Good Ass Prana shirts. ralphsmart.com/clothes. Stay fresh. Get more inspiration on Instagram at Infinite Waters. Deep divers, you are amazing. We're just, breathing in that good ass prana, baby. Infinite Waters, diving deep once again. Stay well, stay healthy. Peace. You. First, you're a loner. And then you are alone. And then you start inspiring millions just by your voice tone. Can we turn this into a song?